Welcome again to Chowhound on Trains. I'm going to give a quick breakdown. This is my rough draft of what I built of the North Island Refinery, but I'm going to get into making it real simple when I do a few more parts. There's different things here to point out about building this model, and the piping, you have to make sure, for instance, that this is lined up. This is lined up right. Because if it's not, you're going to have a problem when it comes down to here. This is very tedious to line these pipes up. But it's not just that. You have the different other aspects of building this, which you have the little covers and the knobs. You got to paint them, and you got to actually sand them. You can see where I didn't sanded some of the paint off on the edges, but the little nipples, like here, you got one where nipples right here. Got a little nipple right here. You got to sand this stuff off. The little handles are red. What I did was I painted these white. I taped off the trees. I just painted them white, so I'm going to clip them off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build this, and I'm going to show step by step a little bit how to go through it without making the mistakes that I made before, because what I did was I started building it, and I didn't put the covers on. I put the covers on last after I got everything together. And that's, in a way, that's not the way to do it. But as you can see, I did a much better job in sanding off the nipples, the tree nipples. And I lost a piece here, but I'm going to get it back. If I don't find it, it's going to work. I lost one of these because it actually has been 5 years since I was messing with this thing, and I just finished it off the past 2 weeks. Another thing, you got to pay attention to the directions, because right here you have the little slot. That's for the piping here. What happened was I rushing, putting things together, not paying attention. You sort of missed that. But the transfers that's in the middle here, what I'm going to do, I'm painting them white this time. And the next ones I'm going to paint is black, because I'm going to build 3 of these. Another thing is when you put your ladders in. What they tell you in the directions to how you actually put them in could be a little confusing. Here's the directions right here, and tell you how to place the ladders. But when you start placing them, things don't turn out the way you want them to. So I had to do a little clipping here, there, placing the ladders in particular parts. Let me move these over because I'm getting a little sloppy here. I'm actually building 3 structures at the same time. Look how you have to place the ladder here. That's the one thing you got to watch, because they don't really cover that in the picture, in the directions. Place the ladder here. And what you'll have is the banisters will be, let me see, all the way around, and you got to make it look sort of realistic for somebody to climb up, you got to cut the banisters. Just like what I had to do up here to the top. I had to cut the banister there so the ladder goes up. Look how that works. So the piping is not always going to be straight, but you got to watch it. All of the piping here that connects up. The tedious part is at the bottom. When you're having all of these connect up, it's very tedious. It could get on your nerves. I'm telling you, you got to have a lot of patience and putting these together, but make sure you line everything up so that the piping lines up. Now the pogo stick stand that we have right here, hold on, trying to see. The pogo stick stand, that is a booger to put in. But once you get the first pipe in and try to line it up, you'll have it made. Just put a little glue on it. But like I said, when this thing is turned out a little bit, as you can tell, it's not straight. So look what it does is pushes the pipes out a little bit. So you gotta make sure everything lines up so that you can have the perfect refinery piping that you need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show step by step when I start putting everything together, starting with the transfer. So I'm going to go into that next by step. So it's going to be a lot of little increments to this, but it's going to help to make things simple for those that are still working and build these refineries. Click like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. This Chowhound on trains.